Hello everybody, this is MortyGX here, and welcome back to another live stream. Unfortunately for tonight that it's only gonna be, well, it's only gonna be storyline tonight. There's no, how to put it, there's not gonna be any raids tonight. For a good reason though. Like I don't expect many people to drop by, say hi and all that. It is July 4th for all you guys that lives in the US. Happy Independence Day. But it is that time of the year where most people they're taking their holidays, like I took my holidays, you know. You don't expect people to come by and all that. But I hope you guys are having a great time today. It is July 4th. It is Independence Day for America. Happy Independence Day for you guys who celebrates it. But yeah, we are going to continue on our storyline here. So I'm just going to go fly right on over here and talk to Gratia. And here's the terminal. A moment while I search the archives for a reference to tempering. Ah, there we are. Economic corruption, an overview. That sounds promising. Indeed. Let us see what this report has to say. If I mess up on any wordings, I am sorry, folks. Confine it. The contents appears to have been deleted. What? No. Isn't there something you can do? Not from here, I'm afraid. But it may be that another copy of the report exists elsewhere. The question is where to look. It says here the report was written by someone named Owen. Is it likely that he kept a copy? I would say it is a decent possibility. Assuming he was a researcher, he will have had quite on the Anabaseios. We can assess the detail at Anabaseios control. Hey, Max Lancer, thank you for the follow. Let us return to the Panazar and avail ourselves of the mana cutter. We will need them to research our destination. I forgot, you already have a suitable means of transport, don't you? No need to waste time accompanying us back to the ship, then. We'll see you at the Anabaseios. Man, I am really bad at reading. But how are you doing today, Lancer? I know it's Independence Day for you. Oh yeah, for any folks that are in the chat as well, if you do exclamation mark QOTD, you will get the question of the day. I will be doing that from now on, posting new updates on what the new question of the day would be. Give me your thoughts on that. Alright. So heading on over. It is going to take us some quite of a time. We do have shop as well. So if we type in like shop as you see in the chat, it'll bring up the shop that you can spend points with. I have yet to figure out how to check your points right away, but you can always test to see the waters and how it's like. These point system will kind of act as a transition to the channel points back on Twitch. Yeah, from what I recall of the layout, it should be somewhere in the vicinity of... Warning, an evacuation order is presently in effect. Entry to the Anabaseios is not permitted at this time. Foiled again. In all likelihood, the order would have been imposed during the Fourth Umbrian calamity, and I doubt it will be lifted in the near future. Energy level critical, returning to base for recharge. It can recharge. Well, surely there must be some other way to gain access. Force, for example. Here we resorts to that. I have an idea. Where we send a surge of energy through Yonder's control mechanism, it should prompt the system to restart, releasing the lock. As for a suitable energy source, a concentrated lightning shard might suffice, happily. I seem to recall that they are known to form at points of stagnant ether throughout the continent. You seem to recall? Are you honestly telling me that was in the record too? I am. A report sent to the capital mentioned that lightning aspect ether was prone to cooling on the continent, resulting in surge that interfered with equipment. A minor detail, I grant you, but in my role as caretaker of the Crystal Tower, there was no such thing as too much Alagon knowledge. Besides, my study helped me to feel connected to the source, to home. I must have explored this facility 1,000 times in my mind, but to finally stand here with you two, this is more exhilarating than I can well express. Now then, the lightning shard, if I may. I suggest we split up, search the beta quadrant. Oh, but be aware of sprites. They are wont to manifest where the aether is stagnated. Now you're just showing off, which makes me think we should make a contest of this. The first one to return here with the shard wins. What do you say? Very well. It would be my honor to come third. Alright. So, we must fly. Dude, what I grab? Grab my little fat chocobo again. Right. Somewhere down in this direction. Am I in the right spot? Yep. There it is. There we go. Bravo, that was quite a show adventure. Why the spectacular proved so enthralling that all those at the prize slipped my mind. I appear to have forfeited our little race. Congratulations. The lightning shard is yours. But no dramatic entrance, use change. You remember that? In my defense, I was caught up in the moment. It isn't every day you meet an honest to God hero after all. Well, the contest continues, so you had better hurry back. But one last thing. Thank you, Morty, for bringing me here. Yeah, boy. Alright, let's get back to them. Right here. It appears Anabaseios had no luck, so victory is yours. Congratulations. Now then, may I have the shard? What is it that makes you so much better at finding things? What do you have that I don't? I got plot armor. That is a question I too have to ask myself on numerous occasions. I expect we could both learn a great deal from Morty, and not only about the secrets of adventuring, but we should end to our mission. I got the plot armor. That's how I can find shit. Excellent. The system responded exactly as intended. We now have access to the Sphere. Only one obstacle remains, the security system within. Should they be triggered, it could make life rather difficult for us. In light of which, pray leave the rest to me. If I'm right, my royal blood should allow me to venture in unmolested. Assuming this place works like the Crystal Tower, yes. But if it doesn't, you'll be on your own. I want you to promise us that you'll get out at the first sight of trouble. I promise. Wish me luck. Well, nothing for it but to sit tight. Man. You know, I forget how amazing this area looks. I'm sure this Owen follows was very learned, but Equinox corruption overview sounds like a stadium terrace. We all had to write one. Lest you wonder, mine was about the combat aspect of Aether. I'm nothing if not practical. Alphino was more physiological, of course, politics, dare I say. He chose to write a lengthy discourse on our nation's duty to the world. A controversial subject, to say the least. He's asserted that Guardian's knowledge could rightly be used to protect all life on the star, in direct opposition to the country's cherished policy of non-intervention. Being a leading member of the Forum, our father was not happy. At the time, of course, Alphino was utterly convinced of his views and would cheerfully argue to death with anyone who saw things differently, by which I mean the row or long. To be fair to him, though, he's since learned to be a little more open-minded, but deep down he still holds fast to that one belief, and I admire him for it. I should have liked to meet the young Alphino. For what it's worth, my theories concern the Pelagon civilization as depicted in folklore. Oh, you're back. I didn't know you attended the stadium. I didn't. A Theris was required to earn my Archon mark. My peers at the Student of Wallace convinced me to write one with the promise of unfathomed access to forbidden tomes. Though I consider it no more than a means to an end at the time, I will admit it was gratifying to have my efforts acknowledged. Good God, an Archon Theris. I shuddered to imagine the work involved. But enough about that. Is this the fruit of your foray? Yes, Owen's archive node. It was waiting for me in his chamber. If a copy of his report still survived, could, it would be stored in this device. Shall we find out? And they just touch it to turn it on. Analyzing, scanning for a register user. User net bound to process as a guest. Please complete biometric authentication. Verifying. Authorized complete. Yes, identify as member of the royal family. I am at your most humble service, Your Highness. It never ceases to amuse me. This but a pity the efforts will not last forever. Golga and Luna said as much when they grant me this gift, but until such time as it fades, I shall use it gratefully. Searching archive for economic corruption. Searching. One item found. Economic corruption. An overview. The report is locked by author. Please state password. Well, go on then, Your Highness. Tell the nice node the password. Right, let's see. Glory be to Alagon. Long live Emperor Zenid. Password incorrect. Please try again. Confine it. Come on now. Passwords are invariably short and simple. For instance, password. The notion that the password could be something so innate would be laughable were it not dangerously stupid. Furthermore, your conduct in the presence of His Highness is grossly inappropriate. Know your place, handmaiden. What did that thing just call me? Wild Rose. Name. Loop. Incorrect again. Be warned that any further inappropriate behavior in the presence of His Highness will not be tolerated. Alright, that's it. I say we dismantle and manually extract what we need. Now, let's not be too hasty. A single misstep and we risk losing the report altogether. I believe this may be a task for Sid and his colleagues. If anyone can coax Mechana into cooperating, it is them. Come, let us bear the node back to the Rising Stone. Do 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 do. Just give me a moment, folks. Checking up on stuff. Making sure everything is good, everything is alright. Alright. I should probably mention that I have yet to meet Sid since waking up. Chorus did send word to the Iron Works, but it appears our friend has been afield on urgent business. Nevertheless, I assure you my proposal to seek his help is no pretext. However much I might look forward to seeing him again, him and everyone. But come, let us be on our way. Look at him, all but running. How sweet. Still, it wouldn't do to keep him waiting, shall we? Alright, so we gotta go back to the Rising Stone, which is in Mordona. There he is. Wonderful news, Morty. Tataru contacted Sid on our behalf. He is on his way here, even as we speak. While we wait, I should like very much to hear what transpired at the Alliance Council. Would you be so kind, Ari? Arrow? No? I cannot pronounce names for the life of me. As you know, the meeting was conveyed to discuss how best to respond to recent events in Shalimar. According to intelligence from our domain allies, the War of Succession raged on, and the Empire remains without a leader. Amidst the chaos, the Imperial Legion in the province have begun to move independently of the motherland. Of greatest concern to us is the Aral, a legion aligned with Lord Nerval. It appears they have received exceptional financial backing from House Brutus. Really? Brutus, aren't they the ones who took in Yotsul and Asha? His bodies, well, Danos' movements, meanwhile, remain shrouded in mystery. We're hoping that Thancred and Urange will be able to shed some light on his activities when they return. Until such time as they do, the allied leaders feels it would be unwise to interfere in the conflict, and so thanks in part to the Imperial withdrawal from Parliament, they have decided to turn their attention to the Primal problems once more. Working with friendly factions among the beast tribes, they hope to reopen dialogue and explore new avenue for peace. Given the time, I suspect they wish to put their respective house in order ahead of the deceived clash with the Empire. Isn't this happen? Whatever their intention, this is not a problem easily solved. The Lumisans in particular struggle in their efforts, and Alphino and Ifstola have been called upon to aid them. So long as we are dealing with the Tempered, I'm afraid no amount of dialogue will avail us. But if we can develop a treatment for tempering, then anything is possible, which is why we must succeed. And on the cheery note, why not make yourself comfortable in the Dawn recipe? I'll show Sid in as soon as he arrives. Interesting. Give me a moment. Alright, so getting in. And now to wait. Sid! Forgive us for not coming to see you sooner, my friend. As you may have heard, we've had our hands full. In our defense, you are up rather early. I was under the impression you'd be lumbering a while longer. Oh, I would have been, had you not fulfilled your promise. I still struggle with that idea. From where I stand, the secret of traversing time and space seems exactly as unfathomable as they ever did. But if an alternative version of myself has already laid them bare, I dare say that frees me up to considerate on other endeavors. Speaking of which, you wanted my help with something? What is it? Well, a treatment for tempering. And for the next step, you need to find the password to this Allegan report. Just so with nary a clue to guide us, we could be here forever and still not guess correctly, and thus we turn to you. Well, I love to say that we could help you, so I will, once suitably configuring a Megatech terminal should make short work of identifying the password. I knew I could rely on you. Now, anticipating that it might be of use, I took the liberty of borrowing a tombstone from Embolars. It's contained an hour-long directory. Good thinking. I'll transfer the information to a terminal and set it to work right away. And they build quick. Looks like it's finished. Let's see. Freedom. The password is freedom. Short and simple, just as I said. Would you care to do the honors, Your Highness? I would, my lady. Note, open the report entitled Economic Corruption, an Overview. Password freedom. Password accepted. Opening report. This report seeks to provide an overview of the machineries by which icons, corruptions, and binds ends to their will. The phenomenon we call corruptions refers to the alternative of the aether of the soul. Said aether originally exists in equilibrium, no one element being more prominent than the other. But when a subject is exposed to the aether of an icon, this changes their souls, taking on the properties of the entity in question. By ways of an example, exposure to the aether of the fiend, Sephiroth, would cause a subject's aether to become aligned with the element of earth. As a consequence, the subject would attain heightened epiphany with earth aspect magicka, as well as natural levels of endurance. Repeat exposure would further enhance these traits, ultimately altering the subject's very flesh. The change undergone by the subjects are not solely attributable to the elemental alignment. However, further testing has determined that the subject's soul becomes umbrelline change or stagnant during the process. This degradation of the soul has the effect of diluting the senses of self, rendering the subjects vulnerable to the will of the icons. The thoughts of whom comes to consume their entire essence. In this manner do the corruption becomes worshippers of the icons, Their prayer serves to further empower the entity. Having discerned the mechanism of Akon's corruption, my colleagues and I set out to develop a material capable of shielding one from its effects, an endeavor in which we were successful, albeit it at a great cost. In the course of testing, many of my assistants, good men and women all, fell victims to the corruption. And in accordance with the protocol, they were summarily put to death. I subsequently submitted a proposal to investigate potential cures for corruption, but it was all rejected, deemed non-essential by Lord Amal. Though I knew it would be fruitless, I protest the discussion, and for my imperatives, I have been stripped of rank and title, and shortly will be expelled from this facility. In all likelihood, this report will be expunged from the archive. Nevertheless, I have reported it in the hopes that one day someone will undertake to do that which I could not, and find a cure for the victims of iconic corruption. End reporting. Though not even the Elegans were able to find a cure, or rather were not given the chance to do so, one cannot help but wonder what the motive Lord Ahmad decided. More importantly, this confirms that stagnation of the souls is indeed the problem, and Angelo can remedy that. True, yet worse. Yet worse, be simply to reanimate a tempered soul. I fear it would do not to diminish the individual reconciled fate. Indeed, it may well interface it. No, we would somehow need to suppress the primal over the subjects at the same time, or risk them ever remaining its thrall. If we could only make them remember who they were. But of course, memories transference. The process has the effect of compartmentalizing memories, separating them into manageable bundles, if you will. By adapting the technique, it may be possible to achieve selective reanimation, that is, limited the effect to only those memories that exist prior to the tempering. Though thus restoring the senses of self, we should theoretically drown out the increments of false fate which had come to dormant the individual's thought. I see. The theory seems sound. Our experienced treatment of light corruption would help us to identify suitable memories for reanimation. But are you sure? Are you confident you can adapt memories transference as required? I seem to recall your attempts to do so while trying to bind us home accumulate a little bloodletting. They did. You're right. Despite my best effort, I could not recreate the mechanism, and I consider that the rather clumsy compromise I reached would not prove the basis for a cure. Then perhaps it's better that we consider an air approach. You doubt are understandable, but this time I believe we have a reason to be confident. You see, nodes such as this were built with the ability to simulate magicka, which leads me to believe that it may be compatible of performing simulations of the transference technique. If so, we would be able to conduct a year's worth of testing within the space of a few days. In theory, it would be no different from how we identify the password. But it'll take more calculating power, a lot more. I honestly couldn't say, rather, our equipment would be up to the task. Tell me, Sid, why do you suppose Owen locked his report behind the password? To keep it from prying eyes, of course. Why else? Wait, a password that could be guessed by anyone with literary and a dictionary wouldn't keep it from a person minded to look. No, he wanted his report to be seen by those who strive for freedom. Not unlike the members of a certain discussing engineer collective. I believe their motto was freedom through technology or some such. You two, round out as many magic tech terminals as you can find and bring them to the workshop. Right away, Chief. Things are about to get very busy. Lucky we have you to help, eh? Man, I'm really bad at reading. Oh, fuck. I messed up there. Leave the ice shards to me. I'll round up some adventurers and go on gathering spree. In that case, I'll trust Morty and Alice with the Humrel. Here's a promissory note for each of you. Take them to the Sky Steel manufacturer in Ishgard and the criminal processing plant in Paladin. The people there will give you what you need. Yours is a well-known face in the Holy See, I believe. If it's all the same to you, I'll head to Paladin. Well, looks like we're going to Ishgard. Damn. What's around here? Really gotta start picking up on these. Alright, so we go over here. Welcome back, Master Morty. How may I serve you this day? So you are after cereal milk, milk. In that case, please present the note to our engineer at the airship landing. He shall be glad to assist you. Let's see. Beryllium. You come to the right man. Fair warning though, the price has shot up on the account of the uncertainty with the Empire. So I hope you got the coin. Well now, a pro-missionary note from the Ironwork. Don't see many of these. Not that it's a problem. It's as good as gold to me. Dang. Ah.
My friend! After the disappointment of not seeing you in Alamigo, what good fortune to chance upon you here of all places. As you may have heard, the Allied nations are making a renewed effort to address the Primal problem. To that end, have I invited the chieftain of the Vanu to Ishgard, that we might together plot a course. Since the war with the Empire appears to be nearing its conclusion, I would also like to call upon Estinian's lance. Alas, he is, as ever, a difficult man to find. I am informed he recently paid a visit to the Rising Stones. Should he happen to do so again, be sure to pass on my regards, won't you? But tell me, what business brings you to our fair city this day? A cure for tempering. You never cease to amaze me. Until now, our only hope has been prevention, our every failure irrevocable. But this would rewrite the rules of engagement. It could end the cycle of bloodshed. Very well. You shall have all the ceruleum we can provide, and an airship with which to transport it. In this matter, you may count on Ishgard's full support.
Nice. And off we go. Alright. That's a lot. are gonna need that much if we're gonna do a cure.
Who would have thought ceruleum weighed so much?
Maybe me.
Serves me right for being stubborn, I suppose. I should have just done what you did and accepted help.
Yeah.
Good work, you two. This is all we asked for and more. Quite a lot more now that I look at it. Lord Emmerich, eh? And entirely by chance. Ha! Some people have all the luck.
We have also succeeded in configuring the terminals, thanks in no small part to our able assistant.
Oh. Oh. Hero.
It's been a while, hero. You seem surprised to see me. Lest you misunderstand, I've no interest in such things as cures for tempering.
Hmm.
But if you mean to achieve that which eluded even the storied Allagans, it seemed plain that you would require my expertise. And so it proved. Is that not right, Garland?
Hmm.
Ask Jessie. She was the one who hired you. All I know is you're an employee of the Ironworks now, so you'll bloody well earn your keep.
That wasn't the only reason I agreed to cooperate. I'm reliably informed that Garland and I are destined to unravel the secrets of travel not only across dimensions, but through time. Doubtless the lion's share of the credit lies with me. 9 paths to Garland's 1. And this research will be a stepping stone to that illustrious achievement.
There it is.
Very well then. I'll do 1/10 of the work. Just the part that's beyond you.
Whatever you say, Garland.
Right. If everyone's ready, let's begin.
Oh, hell yeah.
All appears to be in order. Now, we just have to wait for it to find us our magic. Why not take this opportunity to put your feet up? This may take a while.
Interesting. Ah. What's going on?
It's overloading.
Damn.
She won't last much longer! We'll have to shut it down.
Wait! We're close. So very close.
Haha. We may be very close, but it looks like it's gonna blow.
Well, this is going swimmingly.
Please, a moment longer. I beg you.
Yeah.
There.
It's blowing up. It all blue.
I was able to memorize the magic before it faded. It still needs to be put to the proof, but I believe we have our cure.
What? No, I am impressed. I am
Just
impressed.
as well. She'll never run again.
The fault is mine. I'm sorry.
Don't be. It may fall short of dimension hopping, but a cure for tempering is not to be sniffed at. This, my friend, is a world-changing discovery. One we're proud to have had a hand in. A few Magitech terminals are a pittance to pay.
Thank you.
Well, we've done what we can. The rest is up to you.
We got this. All right. At long last, we have our cure. In theory, at any rate. We cannot be certain until such time as we put it to the proof, but I am quietly confident. Well, if we're to test it on someone, then I suggest Gappa. His symptoms are relatively mild. Yes, as long as we execute it to caution, it'll be fine. Without further ado, then, let's make for Limsa. We've kept Gabo waiting long enough. Gabu! We go find Gabu. Oh, this is the moment of truth. I'll have our host bring Gabu to us at once.
Apologies for the wait.
Hello there, little Gabu.
Gabu, have you been good?
Still no change, I'm afraid. He just stands there in silence until we move him.
It's all right now. We're going to help you get better.
Gabu.
Fancy meeting you here.
Alphino Yushtola! I thought you were attending to Primal matters.
We were, and came here for a meeting on the subject. Certain pirate factions did not deign to attend, however, and it was cancelled.
Gotta love those
We
fire
have resigned
faction.
ourselves to having wasted a journey when we chanced to espy you. Could it be that there has been progress with the treatment?
We're about to find out.
Using Magitech terminals to formulate the solution. I would never have contemplated such an approach.
So this new magic, adapted from memory transference, would be used to purge the subject of their fanatical faith, while Angelo would be responsible for reanimating the ether of their soul. Yet I wonder at the practicalities. If one were to reanimate the soul first, it would only serve to exacerbate the tempering. Conversely, a stagnant soul would not respond to the effects of the magic. Would both need to be performed simultaneously?
Ah, nothing escapes Master Matoya's inquiring eye. As you say, both must be carried out simultaneously. And thus, I propose to imbue Angelo with the tempering treatment in much the same manner as I did the spirit vessels.
Here comes Angelo!
By doing so, we also spare Graha the trouble of casting spell after spell. It's really rather efficient.
Be that as it may, certain difficulties are unavoidable. The imbuing process will still require no small amount of ether. And, as I can no longer draw upon the Crystal Tower's stores of energy, I will be compelled to rely on those of others.
Well, I, for one, would be glad to assist.
As would I. Since the resumption of our duties, it has been naught but stuffy meetings, and I have ample ether to spare.
Excellent. With your permission, then, let us begin.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yes, this will do. And now, it's my turn. Tis done.
It is done.
No small amount indeed. Oh.
Well, we seek to go where even the Allagans did not. It was never like to be easy.
That is true.
The rest is up to you, Alize. The treatment itself will take time and focus, so we will need a quiet room. I'm sure our hosts can spare one. I will go with her. It may be a while before we return, so I would ask for your patience and your faith.
Get better, Gubu.
We'll bring Gabu back. You
Better,
see
Gabu.
if we don't.
Get better, Gabu. Definitely want to see that little fella return.
'Twould seem our part is played. Let us find a place to recuperate while we wait for news.
Well, this seems as a good a spot as any to have a rest.
For years, Eorzea has labored to find a solution to the primal problem, without success. Any hope that tempering could be reversed faded long ago.
Yep.
I myself had given it up as impossible. Given up on the tempered and the light corrupted alike. They were problems to be tolerated, or else eliminated, I believed. And to think otherwise was pure naivety. Childishness, even. But Alize refused to give up. She struggled and she struggled. And her efforts were rewarded with a way to bring back Halric. And now countless others may no longer be beyond salvation. However much we bicker, I have the greatest respect for my sister. Had I half her stubbornness, nay, her unwillingness to accept the status quo, I would be a far better person. A far better scion.
Yep. Don't tell me.
She told you of my graduation thesis. How very embarrassing. Nonetheless, it is comforting and not a little surprising to hear that I'm still capable of impressing my sister. On the rare occasions I'm not annoying her, that is.
You'd be surprised, buddy. Oh, Alice? Damn. Looked like it took a lot out of her as well.
Alize, are you all right?
Wait, what about Gabu?
The treatment. Did it work?
Didn't work. I want my Gabu back.
I'm so glad to see you all. Delighted, happy, glad.
Gabu! Gabu!
All this time, my mind was filled with thoughts of Great Father Titan. But I never forgot about Mother and Father. Always, they were in my heart. Constantly, ever, always. So I tried to focus on their faces. Theirs and yours. Alize's and everyone's. And I found that I could remember. One thing, then another, and another.
Your hopes reached Gabu. They helped him to hold on.
I'm happy.
I'm so proud of you, Gabu.
I couldn't have done it without you.
I'm so
Alize.
happy for Gabu. He's back.
The others too. Cure them, heal them, help them.
It's gonna be a lot more difficult.
Yes, we can. All of them.
Without wishing to dampen the mood, I feel compelled to add certain caveats regarding the viability of the treatment for general use. As you know, reversing the effects of tempering demands a profuse amount of ether. And while Alize was able to heal Gabu alone, I fear the same will not be true for those who exhibit more advanced symptoms.
Oh no.
Moreover, the treatment's effects are limited to the soul. It offers no succor to those whose very flesh has been altered through prolonged exposure to a primal's influence. All of which is to say that we cannot save everyone.
Maybe we can't, or maybe we can. No one gave us a hope of saving Gabu, and yet here we are. We must find a way to treat as many as possible.
Then the next logical step would be to produce a veritable army of porkses, would it not? Granted, it seemed a simple enough process in the first, but I suspect it will be different here in the source. Not that I am any authority, of course.
That is true.
Yet there is an authority on familiars to whom we may grudgingly turn. She's stubborn, haughty, eccentric, irascible, laconic, annoying. And her name is Master Matoya.
The real one. Yep. Yep.
I have to go now, Gabu. But the people here will look after you, all right? And I promise to come and visit you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Alize. Thank you.
I'm just so happy Gabu is back. That made my day. Alright, so it looks like we're off to see Master Matoya. Not the Yastola Master Matoya. Well, I guess the Yastola Master Matoya. Like master, like pupil. As she will be a pain to remind me, I have not paid Master Matoya a visit since returning from the first. But this seems as a good time as any. Come, let us make for her cave. Time to go to Idleshire. And then fly over to Master Matoya. It's really nice to be going through the story. To be honest. Got a lot of work to do on this character too if I want to get this one up to date as the other one. I mean, I don't even have the Manderville stuff. Probably get that one done while I'm at it. Let's do the story first though. Then we'll do Manderville after. I take it you already to bear witness to the joyous reunion of master and pupil? Very well. There's Master Matoya.
Nary a word from you all this time. Then you bring every man and his pirogo with you. Did no one teach you
Yes.
They were too busy teaching me etherology, Master. Jesting aside, I wanted to be the one to express our gratitude. I am told you spared no effort to sustain our bodies while we were away. And for that, we owe you our lives. Thank you.
You were gone so long. I was starting to think you'd set your heart on staying.
It wasn't easy to leave, as it happens. Seldom does one have the opportunity to study other worlds, and I would not have minded extending my stay by a handful of years.
Ever the scholar. Y'shtola dedicated herself to studying ancient civilizations of the First, befriending a tribe known as the Knights Blessed in the process.
Yep.
There she took on the name of Matoya and won the respect of all the children of the forest.
Yep. I wonder how Matoya is gonna take that one. Good job,
I
Aphino.
adopted an alias in accordance with the custom of my hosts. Yours just happened to be the first name that came to mind.
You mean to tell me you went gallivanting about using my name and only bother to visit when you need a favor? And don't pretend you don't. I taught you long enough.
Bad timing to bring that up, Alphino.
Indeed. And devoted pupil that I am, I could not fail to recall my master's sage advice. When the answer eludes you, look to the wisdom of your elders.
Good save.
You there. Were you going to introduce yourself?
Oh yeah, they haven't met, bro.
How remiss of me. Grahatia is my name, and I'm proud to call myself a scion. I too wish to offer my gratitude for your invaluable aid in sustaining the Archon's bodies, as well as my apologies. It was my inexpert summoning spell which endangered their lives in the first place.
Ah, yes. The one bent on digging up the mysteries of Alag. Old Galaf used to speak of you, and Kryles told me all about your recent exploits. Do you have a bad back or something? At ease, boy. Whatever mess you've made, I'm not in the habit of dwelling on the failings of the younger generation.
That's fair. Shouldn't be.
I've also heard much and more about you, Master Matoya. 'Tis an honor to finally make your acquaintance.
Well, that's more than enough pleasantries for anyone. Tell me what you want. I haven't got all day. So that's the way of it. It should be a simple enough matter to make the familiar. The magic, on the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that you may leave to me. Being the only one possessed of royal blood, I alone can imbue the subject with the necessary magic.
So I just need to create porxes with the power to stir the soul.
Yep.
Just, I say. Though we're talking about a veritable herd of the little buggers, we'd collapse before we reached double figures. But if I could get a familiar to create the familiars, a mother porxie, as it were. Seems I haven't seen the last of that moldy old hole after all.
Guess we're going somewhere. Alright, off to my old workshop then. Everything required to make you a familiar is there. That may be, but no one has set foot in there since the Exos. I dread to imagine what has become a bit. Oh, there sure to be a handful of feral familiars, and perhaps a monster or two, but nothing to trouble the likes of you. You can consider cleaning up the place. Payment for my help. Fine, we'll do it. Good girl. Now, if there are no other objections, I suggest you run along to the map maker's quarter. I'll send one of my pirogos ahead to let you into the workshop. You need to only tell him who you are. One can't be too careful, after all. Off you go. All the way to the other side. So back out we go. Let's see. Let's ride him. Or her. I don't know. Don't know the genders of these mounts. Let's just ride them though. And we're getting close to it. It is a very interesting storyline so far, though. I'm just happy Gabu was safe and sound now. Beyond Wash. Greetings, Ribbit, and welcome to my good mistress, Relic. Woo, 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 woo. But rest assured, my brothers and I shall see you do it. You do not lose your way. Now then, Ribbit. Only say the word and I will show you it. Oh. Yes, we are doing a dungeon now. Ooh.
Right. To begin with, I need you to gather a few ingredients. Listen well to what the Pirogos say, or you'll wish you had.
Fair enough. Alright. Be on our way. Okay. So we gotta play this. Just be safe. Down this way. And let's keep on attacking them. AoEs. Taking damage. Alright. Ooh, we just got flung. Very impressive indeed. Got Ziggy here as well. Oh. Guess I did not that. Alright, now we just go right across, play man over there. Or Mundan, actually. Have a fight with him. That was AoE. Keep that in mind. And Rampart. I got this now. Let's go, Mr. Mudman. Alright, we got him. We showed him. Now we go into the portal. Now we go with the blue frog. Oh, look, a trusty coffer. Alright, we got a bracelet out of that? Oh, it's a ring. Ooh. If anybody is in the chat there, I got a question to ask. Have you seen that they're releasing the second season of Goblin Slayer? I cannot wait for that. Been almost, what, 2-3 years since its release? Or am I having the old mind mentality and it's actually been longer? Alright. Hop onto that to get up. The next chest. Let's fight these. Just a moment. Damn. Now we go. I gotta remember to fix my hotbar later. On my UI at least.
Let's give them a show.
Dynaverse Nixie. Oh boy. Right, going up. Such fun! More water! We need more water! All my water is gone, but I cannot lose. I won't. Why won't you get hit? Because that's not fun. Oh boy. Really, I would say. We got another one. Yes, Mr. Frog. Go. We did earth, water, now it's fire. Wonder what's going on over there. That was something. Hello, magma can't stop us, Ribbit. And the frog was able to depart the sea of lava. Or magma, I should say. Oops, got a treasure dropper over there. After I kill these guys. Let's go get that treasure. Okay. Hey look, he parted the magma river. Aha. What a fiery battle that was. It was, wasn't it? Alright. Now we got the last one to fight. The mother of all porks. Porksies? Porksies, right?
Right then. Let's get this over with. Newborns are wont to be difficult. Sure, who's in charge?
Damn. Literally came out right from the oven. That's one way to bring it out. Yeah. Time zone just ran out last minute. Barbecue? Oh. We lived that. We're safe. Tenderloin. There's a lot of pig jokes in this one. And I love them. Tenderloin again. Puff and puff. This is more the big bad wolf though. Nice. We did it! We showed Rixie who's boss. We showed Bacon who's boss. We showed the Bacon who is the boss here. Let's grab our reward. And hit.
There we are. Quite tame.
I guess so. Only Masamatoya.
Then all that remains is for me to imbue her with the magic. My friends, I'm afraid I must trouble you for your ether once more.
That's gonna be fun.
should suffice.
Good. Let's set her to work then, shall we? I want to see some porksies. Assuming that is, someone can spare the requisite energy. A mere drop in the ocean for the great sorceress Latoya, I dare say.
Yep. How about the Great Matoya? And your Stola is now down.
Excellent. Our very own litter of Angelos. And we can make as many more as we want, simply by providing the mother Porksy with additional ether.
Yep.
I will require a moment before I try again.
It's
You can
still
do it
hard
again.
work, but a damn sight more efficient than making them one by one. Thank you, Master Matoya. Everyone, we're a step closer to our goal.
Distributed amongst the allied nations, they should do much to facilitate closer dialogue with the beast tribes. And given their present travails, I believe our friends in Limsa Laminsa should be the first beneficiaries.
Agreed. Though I must leave this errand to you. I doubt my legs will carry me out of the cave, much less to Vilbrand. Thank you for taking the lead in gathering the ingredients. I expect you would benefit from a rest too.
In addition to the Porksies, I trust you've gained an inkling of how much effort goes into the creation of familiars. Or mayhap you attribute your struggles to old age.
If I said yes, would it persuade you to treat me like an adult?
Not with that pertness, it wouldn't. Anyway, assuming you have no other favors to ask, I shall be leaving.
Lest you wonder, Master Matoya has returned to her cave with your Stola. They are as peas in a pod, are they not? You may now enter. Yep, just letting us know that we can be interesting. The Admiral Resolve. Well, then, my friend, let us return to Limsa Lanosa and deliver the good news to the Emerald. A word to the officer and bulk for call should be sufficient to secure us an audience. Alright, we be teleported back. Over on this direction over here, and we'll talk to the muscular Emerald. Why, Morty, ever a welcome sight. Tidings for the Emerald, you say? She is presently receiving guests, but for the Scion, I know she will make an exception. Follow me. my friends, what brings you here at this day? Is this true? By the navigator, a cure for the tempering. As often as I've been in awe of you scions, I would not have thought it'd be possible. And yet it is, Emerald. We have done it. Here in Limsa, and products of more familiars has already begun. You have my thanks. Truly, this will do much to advance the cause of peace. Yet I fear it will take more to close the rift. Waxmen and beastmen. Even to speak thus divides us. Welcome as it is, here will not guaranteed reclamation between our people. For though summoning and the tempered may serve to fuel the conflict, they are but the symptom of it. If we are to resolve the primal problem once and for all, we must address the cause. We must strive for mutual understanding and find a way to leave our bloody past behind. Thus I who move that the Alliance renew its push for peace. Since our ancestors came to these shores some 7 centuries past, we Luminizans have been at odds with those who shares our land's home. Save for a brief moment of cooperation with the kobolds, our whole histories has been one of night constant terror troubling. Meanwhile, our struggles with the Pelicans or controls over the seas has only grown fiercer, a matter made worse by the dry-stem calamity driven them to seek new spawning grounds. With survival at stakes, each had no choice but to fight, and so I dismissed peace as impossible. Impossible is a word coined by the weak, I proclaim, all who listened, and then gave up. You and your put me to shame. Since you lads led us to victories against the Black Wolves, you have achieved the impossible again and again and again. And I thought it's high time that I follow suit, hence my proposals to the Alliance Council. But no sooner did I reach out to our neighbors in Belbren than my own people sought to thwart me. He speaks of the pirates who failed to attend the meeting. Acting through a friendly faction among the kobolds, we had intended to seek an audience with a prominent Karachi, but the bloody executioner would not hear of it, and their absence sent a message to the rest. Though they are but one of the 3 pirates' powers, they are the greatest, and any attempt at peace would founder without them. I am given to understand that their leader, Captain Hilfair, has been bedridden for some while with an element of his blood. Whitebeard? Correct. In his absence, his right hand leads a man named Discard, but recently risen to promising among the breaks. Save for his disdain for authority, little is known about him. We have invited him. Woo! Dang. Invited him to speak with us more than once, but he will not come. I have tasked the Yellow Jacket and the rogues with covering his movements, but they have learned not of any value. Leave it to us. We have a nose for the truth. Rather, the card wants to find out. Truly, I would be much obliged. I shall look forward to hearing what you learn then. Good luck. By ways of a first step, I suggest we split up and make clues around the town. Someone must know this card. If you could approach the pirates, Morty, the rest of us will speak out merchants and adventurers. Yeah, leave me to the pirates. I forgot there was an event going on. One. Yeah. You want to know about Sekad? He's a wheelie bugger, is what he is. Found some clever way to make coin. They say they traded it for most gates place at Old Hillfrau side. There was a time we raced the execution of our pick of the Empire's fleet, but the galleons are gone, and them days with them. Owing to which we've all of us had to look for others ways to make ends meet. With that jumped up Bilgrat, Sekad landing the juiciest whatever it may be. Not that we sirens are struggling, mind. We do well enough guarding fishing boats from the fishing deck and other beasts. Get the first pictol the produce for troubles, see? Quality stuff at a bargain price. This we pass to our sisters as can't sales on account of who getting old, wounded, or with child. And they cooked it up and sell it for a pretty profit simple. Ooh, I miss the old ways, don't get me wrong. But when I see the girls with their little ones, I think of myself, a little old peaceful and quite all bed. Alright. Can't believe I actually said it like that. Now we talk to the other one, which would be all the way over there. Well, I guess it's high time we run. Alright. We're getting closer. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. We gotta go up. Curious about Sidcard, are you? As I am, my friend, as I am. Sadly, I know nothing of the man, save that the bloody executioners experience a marked improvement in their fortunes after his promotion. Quite how he achieved this is a matter of some debate. As you know, the Nautilus Force permits us to attack only Garlean's vessels, yet these have all but vanquished from the sea since the Emperor turned in upon itself. In order to adapt, we Krakens have taken to trades with the East, but the executioners are less forward-looking. I cannot imagine they would willingly abandon the old ways. So how, then, are they lining their coffers? Whatever their secrets, they are not likely to share it with their rivals. But mayhaps you will have more luck. Alright. Now we speak with Alphina. Go back to the plaza, if I'm correct. Go back to the plaza. Yep. Head back to where Emerald's quarters are. Be able to get the top thing done. There's Alphina. I see everyone has returned. Now, who would like to go first? So, just as their imperial prey began to disappear, Sidcard turned the executioner fortune around with a mysterious new source of income. Whatever it is, it's nothing to scoff at. According to the taverner keeper I spoke to, the crew have been indulging themselves as never before, but no amount of drink seems to loosen their tongue as to how they are coming by their coin. For my part, I spoke with a reporter from the Harbor Bureau. The public has been investigating the secrets of the executioner's good fortune and making little headway. Plainly, the executioner do not wish the nature of their business to be made public. And I think I may know why. In the course of making inquiries on Hawker's Alley, an interesting fact came to light. Just as the executioner began to enjoy better fortune, the price of crystals went into sharp decline. A sudden fall in demand. Curious, I contacted Harry Boulder, who has been watching the movement of the beast tribes, and my suspicions were proven correct. Despite even worsening the relationship between beast tribes and the Thalars, I cannot pronounce it, neither Titan nor Leviathan have made an appearance of late, suggesting that the kobolds and Again lacks the means with which to summon them with. You mean say the executioners are diversing them of their crystals? All estimates points that conclusions, yes. Though we have no hard evidence as of yet. We must investigate further. Agreed. So, how do we process? Oh, I have an idea about that. In fact, I have already taken the liberty of making certain provision. And I think that will be the last quest of the night, folks. It's already getting pretty late. And yeah. For me, I gotta get ready, gotta go. Still have work tomorrow. But it was fun doing this. I like doing these story quests. If you enjoyed me speaking this out loud about the story quest, let me know. And until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow with some more Final Fantasy story. This has been Morty GX, and I am signing out. Take care, folks.